Hey guys, Doug the Gamer Dad. Got a quick blog post for you guys. Today is February 8th, 2026. I am just following up a little bit on my testimony video. If you have not yet seen it, make sure you go on my Twitch page and go to my About section, click the banner for testimony. There's about a 15-minute long video there. You'll want to check that out. So today I visited a church. Now, that sounds like kind of a just basic thing for me to say, but this is a gigantic leap for me, and I will explain why. If you've watched my testimony video, then you understand when I say that I really haven't attended a church by myself as an adult. The times that I have gone to a church, it was always with my parents when I was growing up. It was with my ex-wife while we were together, and that relationship ended like 7 years ago. And then, other than that, I've only ever visited my parents' church out of state after they moved 2 states away. So, this was the first week that I went and visited a church. This is the first time that, as an adult, I have walked into a church of my own accord, and it went fairly well. The backstory on this is that shortly after my dad passed last year, within a couple of weeks, I bumped into a lady at the grocery store who happened to be someone that had gone to the church I went to growing up. She recognized me after over 20 years. And once we got into conversation, I explained that my dad had just passed, and then I asked her if she was still going to that church where I grew up going to. And she had mentioned another church, but some of the information that she told me, I sort of forgot about it. And part of that had to do with the fact that I was so fresh into this grieving process of my dad passing away. So I knew that I had spoken with her. I knew that I had seen her at the grocery store, and I knew that we had this conversation, but I didn't remember many details. Well, God works in mysterious ways, because that conversation was in the back of my mind, but I never really acted on it until a few weeks ago. I was having breakfast at a local diner, and the same lady walked in. And she walked right over to my table, and she was like, we were poking a little bit of fun, and she said, "Oh, I see they don't have you cooking today, so that mean it's safe to eat?" That kind of thing. It was just all in jest. But that reminded me of this conversation that we had a few months ago. So we had become friends on Facebook after seeing each other at the grocery store. So at this point, I was like, okay, this reminds me I need to get in touch with her and get some clarification. So I messaged her through Facebook, and she informed me that, yes, we spoke about a church, but it's not the one that I go to, because I'm not going to a church right now, but it's the one that my daughter goes to. Now, keep in mind, this lady is someone that I knew from the church where I grew up going to, and she has 3 kids. So her kids were all around my age. She has the oldest and youngest are both daughters, and the middle child is a son. And I am between the son and the youngest daughter in age. So I remembered their names. I remembered who they were. But me and her kids were not friends on Facebook. So I befriended her daughter on Facebook after she told me, hey, my daughter is going to this church. Got in touch with the daughter. And I was like, hey, it's been a long, long time, but I am possibly looking at going to a church. I will be looking to go to a church, just don't know about where I'm going to go, and was interested in knowing about yours after I bumped into your mom at the grocery store. And so she gave me some information. She answered some questions that I had. And then she invited me to come and visit her church. And that conversation on Facebook happened a week ago from today. That happened it was the 1st of February. Here we are, it's the 8th of February. I went and visited that church today. So I have walked into this church of my own accord my significant other, my wife, was at home with our daughter. So I wasn't going to just blindly go into a church with my daughter in tow, not knowing if it's where I'm going to wind up attending long term. That's just how I am. I'm a little bit more guarded on that kind of thing, knowing some things that I know. So, with that said, everything went perfectly fine. As luck would have it, or silly enough of a thing that happened, the primary pastor was not there this week. So somebody else was preaching. The music was very new age. They had a drummer, they had a guitar and bass. So it was all very new style Christian music, which I'm okay with. I do have a special place in my heart for just singing traditional hymns, but that alone does not turn me off from a church. That said, the message that they gave was good. It was solid. It was based in scripture. It was a bit on the controversial side based on what the speaker was saying. It was a little bit it goes against some of what current society would have us to think, but I appreciated the biblical based scripture based message in the morning. And I'm keeping myself guarded because now I know several people that go to this church. It turns out that there are some other people at this church who know me from when I was a kid because they used to go to the church I grew up going to. So they either know me or they know my mom or my dad. And so there's a lot of connections there. And I'm making sure, because of my history of being sort of emotionally attached to churches in the past and not spiritually connected, I'm trying to keep myself guarded and keep myself from just jumping in both feet first and going, boy, I have friends and people who they recognize me from years ago and they're all here, so I really want to be here. And yes, emotionally, I love those types of connections. I love being there. It makes me feel emotionally fulfilled. Spiritually, I need to take my time. I need to make sure that this place is somewhere that will fulfill me spiritually, and also that it will be safe for my daughter to be there. So thank you guys for watching. This was just a quick update on that. As I go through my church shopping experience, I will be updating you guys more in some of these stories here. So make sure to tune in, and when I have updates, I'll post them. Thanks again for watching. I'm Doug the Gamer Dad. We'll see you next time.